Okay, so today we're going to be doing a scale 1:10 drawing of a timber framed house with a concrete floor. Also included will be a simple strip foundation. If at any point you need to stop the video just to get caught up, because I'll be doing this quite quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in my foundation, scale 1:10. I'm going to draw this foundation in to be 900 wide. Typically a foundation needs to be 3 times larger than the wall that's sitting on top of it. Now I have for the purpose of the video, I have this drawn out already, and I'm just tracing over it so you can see it sort of more clearly. That's the first thing that we put in as our foundation. I'm now going to write just on here the actual measurements of it. Okay, so this will be a 900 there, and this is a 300 high. Now, for scale 1:10, this would then be 90, this would be 30. Okay, so that's the first thing that we're going to do, and that's going to be marked as number 1. Okay, and when I go up here, it's a 900 by 300 concrete foundation. Okay, that's number 1. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hatch it, put the steel at the bottom of the foundation, and I'm going to hatch it like so. Okay, so that's the first thing that you're going to do. Okay, the next thing then that you're going to do is you are going to start to draw in your 2 walls. So the outside wall in this instance is 100mm block work. Now to do this, what I do is I come to the center, and my cavity is going to be 50. So I'm going to go to the center of this, is over 450 or 45, and then I'm just going to come out 2.5 and 2.5, and I'm going to draw it in like so. Okay, so that's the first one. And that's my cavity drawn in the center. Okay, next I'm going to do is I'm going to step out 10mm here, and I'm going to draw in my outside or external wall. Then I'm going to draw in my internal wall. And I'm just going to cut them off at the top. You can see. Okay, the next thing I'm going to draw in is I'm going to draw in my ground level. Okay, so typically 900 from here to here, which would be 90 for you. And again, don't draw too much ground level. You can take it in as a straight line here. I tend to take it in as a wavy line. Okay, all teachers will differ on what they want to do here. Okay, so I'm just taking that in. That is my ground level. Now, I'm just going to have this, that this is all going to be soil here. Okay, so a typical hatching symbol would be 45-degree lines. Skip a space, and again 45-degree lines. Now you'll notice that I'm not measuring these out. I am just putting them in a random sort of a pattern. I'm going to go back. And of course, you need to have the drawing so people can see it, but not to have it in too dark. So that's my ground level now drawn in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hardcore line across level with my ground level line. Then I'm just going to take this distance here. Okay, the hardcore is a crushed grade stone, and the regulations say that these layers should be in anywhere between 150 and 225, and they should be compacted down with a whacker plate. So I'm going to put these in at about 150 each. And 45-degree line off on the top corner. Okay, now this is where my 60-degree set square comes in, and I now have to put in my hatching for my hardcore. So that's my hardcore just hatched in. Okay, so it's 60-degree lines. The next thing on top of the hardcore would be your sand, the layer of sand go on top of that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to put this in with a red pen would be your radon or your damp, your DPM, right, which is your damp proof membrane. I'm going to put this in with a red pen. Okay, you can see it's gone in there with a red pen. Okay. The next thing I will do is I'm just going to continue on up the right hand side. I'm now going to put in my insulation. Depending on the house's budget, the insulation could be anywhere between 100 to 300 millimeters. Next thing I'm going to put in is my concrete on top of that. Now, this will get a 45-degree line back and forth like so. Because this is a board insulation and not a quilt insulation. And you do this, and this continues on over for the entire way. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in reinforcing in this concrete. Okay, and I put my hatching on my wall. Again, just space this out regular intervals. Okay, and that goes up the entire, let's say, the wall. And again, down underneath ground level, this will all be hatched as well. Okay, so there's our drawing so far. Okay, now the difference between the standard cavity wall and the timber frame is of course the inside leaf or the inside wall here. Okay, so we now have a timber frame construction. Now the first thing we're going to put in is we're going to put in what we call a sole plate down in here at the bottom. It's going to be at finished floor level, finished concrete level. And then we have the actual wall, and it also has a timber at the bottom. On the outside of this timber frame wall, we will have a plasterboard, which we will put in there. Now, inside that we have what they call a vapor check, which I'm going to put in a green pen. There's going to be a green line here. Okay. And on in the middle we will have quilt insulation in here. quilt insulation. The next thing we will have after quilt insulation, we will have a sheeting board. It's going to go in here. And lastly, on the outside, I'm going to put it in a green pen as well, and that's our waterproof breather membrane. And that goes in there. Okay, so if we were to just zoom in on this, so what we have on the outside is we have our plasterboard, then we have our vapor check membrane, then we have our quilt insulation, then we have our sheeting board, and then lastly on the very inside we have our waterproof breather membrane. And that's all the items that are detailed there. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put in with a blue pen, I'm going to put in my DPC on in my wall. And again, DPC is underneath here as well. And the last thing is to wrap the radon up along the side and underneath the DPC. We're also going to put in a small little bit of insulation in the corner here. And this is to avoid any thermal bridges which may occur. So and the last thing we will do, or one of the last things we will do, is we will put in some sort of flooring. It could be tile, it could be timber flooring, and we will also put in a skirting board. Because the skirting board is planed, it will get the grain on the end. I'm also at this point going to put in a little bit of sealant here, just on the top there of the skirting board. And to finish off my drawing, I'm going to put on my external render, which goes so, and I'm also going to put in my cavity fill. It fills up the cavity and stops the block from. So just in case you didn't notice that, the last thing I put in was my cavity fill, which was in here, and it goes back at the angle. So that is the basic part of the drawing done. Okay, the next thing obviously would be to you can put some shading on it here if you like, finish off this the whole way out, and then we're going to have to obviously name and number everything. So I always start down here being number 1, number 2 is your hardcore. So number 3 is your sand. That's it. Sand blinding. Okay. Number 4 is your DPM. Number 5 is your insulation. Number 6 is your concrete floor. It's number 6. Okay, now a little bit of these little notes that I had earlier. So if we go on number 7, number 7 is your a tiled floor. Number 8 is your skirting board. Number 9 is your plasterboard. Number 10 is your vapor check. Number 11, that was number 10. Number 11 is your insulation, the quilt insulation. Number 12 is your sheeting. Number 13 is your waterproof. Breather membrane. And number 14, which is up here, is your concrete wall, concrete block wall. Number 15 is your external render. Number 16 is your DPC, damp proof course. Number 17 is your ground level. Number 18 is your cavity. Number 19 is your cavity fill. Okay, so that's all our different parts. Okay, so just to finish out that drawing, don't forget to do the insulation the whole way across. And remember, what we're after drawing is we're after drawing a scale 1:10 of a foundation, concrete floor, a timber framed wall construction with an outer leaf of a concrete block, finished externally rendered, finished internally with a plasterboard finish with a skim coat on. So that's our detailing to date. I hope you enjoyed the little presentation that I had, and I hope that it furthers your understanding of the drawing.